Corner Garden and Vellum cardstock for a beautiful silver anniversary card. Come and watch as I demonstrate it for you. My beautiful silver anniversary card started with silver embossing. So what I'm doing here is running the Embossing Buddy over my vellum cardstock. This is going to help keep the embossing powder only on the ink instead of the oils that are in my hands, the fingerprints. So I have the Versamark ink. I'm going to ink this all up. Fantastic. And then I'm going to leave the stamp right side up like this so I can watch my placement. And my vellum cardstock, oh, I'm thinking it's looking good about right there. And a piece of paper so I can rub everywhere, so I can get that great coverage. Welcome to StampingSmiles.com. I'm Shelley Godby, the owner and CEO of Stamping Smiles, and for 13 years I've been teaching others how to create their own hand-stamped smiles. So there we have it. Let's peel this off. Oh, that is looking really good. Now, here's something I learned when making this card. I embossed the silver first and then came back to add the greeting. I made a mess of things. So I've learned I want to do all the embossing at one time if possible. And what happened was a little bit of the powder got on my table and then it was on my paper and it stuck and melted. So I'm looking for the image. It's just a watermark, so not the easiest to see, but I think this is really good placement. This happy anniversary came from the Teeny Tiny Wishes. If you don't have this set, you absolutely need it. It has every holiday and occasion you could think of. All right, and so now we're ready to sprinkle on our embossing powder. I have here the silver Stampin' Emboss powder. I'm gonna hang on to it from this corner because I know the ink did not go up this far. Now this is when it gets fun, when the powder just clings to, oh look at that, clings to what we stamped. Love, love, love watching that happen. Okay, I'm going to scoop back in here and get a little bit more. So I have some sticking where I didn't want it to, but that is perfectly okay. We're going to take a brush and knock that off. Let me grab a brush here real quickly. And if you knock off too much, because that ink is staying wet, that Versamark ink, you could go back. Look, I knocked it off in that corner, no big deal, because I touched it with my hand and just reapplied it. So I'm just going to brush off. This seems to cling more. And this, I think, is some Versamark ink, to be honest, that I got a little overzealous, but we're going to get that powder right off, and it's just going to be beautiful. Fantastic. And then over here, it doesn't look inked as well, or not, I'm sorry, powdery as I'd like fully, so let's take some more over there. Oh, now this is looking fantastic. And just a little bit more, because when that melts right now, it doesn't look like anything, but later it will. So now we're ready for our embossing heat. And I have powder on here that I want to get gone, or just hold this up in the air so it doesn't cling and melt onto the back. And so I've got my heat tool, and it has two settings. One for just drying ink, and the second for melting. There we go. Do you see it melting? This stuff is like magic. So you just hold it on until you see the powder turn shiny, and this is really obvious because it goes to the shiny silver. And the vellum heats up very quickly and melts that powder. Look at that go. Oh my goodness, so much fun. Oh, this is so pretty. If you go back and see something that isn't melted, no problem. Just put the heat on there and finish getting it melted and all shiny. Fantastic. Let's have a look. This isn't very warpy, but it is a little bit warped, so all we're going to do is turn it over. Let's apply some heat to the back, and we're going to unwarp this. Looking just beautiful. Silver anniversary card is for a special girlfriend, and her favorite color is a soft blue. So I chose soft sky, and I'm going to turn that over, and we're going to add the color from the back. I can see through the embossing through that, and so that's what I did. I started adding my soft sky where the flowers are, and they're all going to be blue because it's her favorite color, and it's going to be a very pretty card when I'm done. So let me show you what happened. The soft sky, well, imagine that, it's soft. It wasn't as dark as I liked. when I held it up. And so I did something different. This time I came back, thought, okay, I still want it to be a soft blue. I added color on the front as well. And just filled in all of these flowers. And then I went ahead, because only the flowers are green. I wanted the leaves and stems to be a soft green, and I have Pear Pizzazz here. So I got out my Fantastics, the bullet point, and colored in. So I'd have more control. It's still not perfectly in there, but that's not the look I'm going for. But now I can have control that I want. And so I did these both front and back as well. Mission accomplished. I still have my beautiful soft blue, but now it's so much more vibrant because I've inked both the front and back of the vellum cardstock. And I layered this on soft sky cardstock to have even more of the beautiful blue showing through. And this layer here is with the silver foil sheets. Isn't that beautiful with the silver embossing? Of course, we have to have our little something something inside, the corner garden stamped with soft sky ink. And for a beautiful coordinating envelope, I did the same thing on a Whisper White medium envelope. You know, if you enjoyed my stamping tips that I shared with you with embossing on the vellum cardstock, you definitely want to subscribe to the Stamper's Insider. My goal is to teach you the things I've learned the hard way so your stamping experience is easier and a lot more fun. So subscribe now to the Stamper's Insider. It is your free stamping source for inspiration, information, and ideas. Just go to www.thestampersinsider.com to subscribe now. I'm Shelley Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Thanks for watching.